Reactions here, Gridden here, live in the studio. You guys know he's been here all week. Your first ever Rogue Actions. How's it feeling, man? You finally made it to the show.
Yeah, no, it feels good. I watch these every week, so it's actually really fun to be on an episode. And
are you fangirling right now?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
no, I don't care that much. You know.
Heinzie, is it okay if he joins us?
Too late now, even if I, had a choice.
Okay, sorry.
Dead set. I mean, look, it's actually really unique. I don't do much with Grid at all. Normally, it's actually a unique experience for me. I totally enjoy that. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's not like you guys have a weekly show or anything.
No, not at all.
This is
absolutely.
Probably the first time we've been on a video together, Heinzie. I think so.
Yeah,
nice to meet you. My name's Gridden.
We know.
Oh,
you look like a Colorado Mr. T. We know what you look
Colorado
like.
Mr. T.
His
hair's a bit more taken care of, I guess. But anyway, we got a great show for you guys today. Heinzie, I don't know if you saw what happened last night, but we got a meme of the week for you guys that I think you'll really enjoy. Grid and I did a sauce challenge last night from the Hot One show. If anyone watches that, their sauces all the way up to their hottest sauce, which is 3 million Scoville units, 3 times hotter than a ghost pepper. It was a painful experience. And then we're going to talk a little bit about a couple things in the game here, but let's just get to the meme of the week. This might not be G-rated, just FYI. Yeah. But as you can tell already, the context is bad.
Context bad.
It was painful. All right, Heidi, you got it pulled up on your end? Okay, go ahead and hit play in 3, 2, 1 now. It's coming. I've never been more displeased with the donation in my life. I am not crying yet. I put a lot in my tongue. It was all over my mouth. Okay. Oh my God. This hurts so bad.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
I'm feeling it a lot in my throat.
Oh, I got that right in my throat.
Yeah, it's just like, I feel it right there at the back of the throat. I feel like I could do another one. Burning for sure.
Oh my gosh, it doesn't end. I want more. So big shout out to AppGades. You guys can go search him, check him out. He put that summary together, and I was like, you know what? There's not a better summary of what happened last night.
I love so many lines, so little time, gentlemen. Unbelievable. That sounded like an intro for one of those blue movies that your parents used to have that you never should have watched. That is some unbelievable stuff. Incredible.
Oh man. Anyway, so yeah, a big shout out to Rick Astley who forced my hand by dropping a donation to get me to get that sauce in my mouth. Okay, let's move on.
This entire weekend has been a meme. Heinzie, you had the meme session as well on the Grid Z. We've done this meme. We have officially been memeified.
Okay, we're gonna talk about Galaxy of Heroes. Right. So, after GLs is the title of this. I want to tell you guys what my question is for you and get some perspective from you two fine young gentlemen. Sorry, old and young.
Thank you.
Was referring to. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. So, we have our 5th GL coming, and presumably our 6th after that very soon. And CG has said already that these are going to also be balanced with the current GLs. And so we're going to have 6 meta characters that all kind of counteract each other. I'm only assuming we're going to have 7 and 8 eventually, 9 and 10, 11 and 12. Like this is going to go on for years, right? And so my question is, does this game get to a point where we have 20 GLs that are all balanced with each other, or are we eventually going to take it to the next level? Is there something after GLs? Where does this end?
It's a tricky one because I think that there's really only so many Galactic Legends you'll be able to release. And the reason I think that is that we know that there's 12 to 13 character requirements or ship requirements for each legend. It's going to get to the point where you're just going to overlap every one of them. You're going to have the requirements already, right? Because you've been working on these guys and unlocking all these characters, and there's only so many in our roster that make sense and that are viable, to actually unlock these guys. So I think it has to top out, around the 10 mark. I think that, any more than that, I think we're getting ridiculous with it. And I think that would, by then, hopefully they're already planning, if they haven't already, for what will certainly come after that level. No doubt. I would expect.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, and inherent in the name of Galactic Legend, there's only so many people who can be a Galactic Legend. If they're over here making a Colonel Stark a Galactic Legend because they need someone in the Imperial Trooper Squad to be a Galactic Legend, it would take away from the fact that you have a Jedi Master Kenobi and a Jedi Master Luke and Sith Eternal Emperor. Like, they're not on the same par, and there's only so many people in the Star Wars universe that can be, in my opinion, Galactic Legends. So I would hope there's a cap. I would hope then they increase like heroes' journeys and epic confrontations and stuff like that to say these other characters are also awesome, but Galactic Legends, those are your staple. Luke, Kenobi, some type of, I don't know, Anakin or Vader, the big characters, and then stop. I don't want them to go to every single faction and give us a Galactic Legend for every faction. I think that'd be way over the top.
Okay, so a couple thoughts about that. So number one, why would they stop? So once we get to, say we've got 10 and it feels like no other characters are Galactic Legend worthy, do you really think that their pocketbooks are going to allow them to stop making Galactic Legends? And then the second part of that is we've got a lot of Star Wars content coming. You know, we've got the Bad Batch, we've got Book of Boba Fett, we've got Mando Season 3, we've got the Ahsoka show, we've got the Kenobi show. There's lots of stuff coming where they could draw upon content for that. And so I think there's always going to be something that could be a Galactic Legend. There's always going to be something.
Within reason. As you said, if you do it too much, you just dilute the whole concept of what the Galactic Legend is about, as Grid said. I think that there's only so many that you can do. I mean, Galactic Legends are obvious. You know, guys like Boba, you know, these characters that, let's be honest.
I hope we have a Boba GL at some point.
Cool. My understanding is that's what we're going to have. I mean, something's got to be really radically changed between now and then for that to change. I know there's a lot of Fallen Anakin talk. I've been hearing Boba. Anyway, that's just me.
Boba to go along with like he's the next GL?
That's what I've been hearing. Again, subject to change with CG, guys.
I have never heard that.
Yeah.
I haven't even heard that speculated.
I've heard Boba's after at some point, yes. But we'll have to wait and see. That's what I've been hearing. And I know everyone wants Fallen Anakin, but we've already got the Darth Vader. I think we've got a better chance of getting a Galactic Legend Darth Vader than a Fallen Anakin at some point. But no, Boba.
Well, Fallen Anakin is Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Correct.
He's already Darth Vader. There's no way he'd be called Fallen Anakin.
Yeah.
That's just what we're calling him for whatever reason.
I guess. I mean, you know, they're asking for Red Eye Anakin, right? Let's be honest. So we know what they want.
It's more of an orange.
What they want. You know, I'm old, so apparently my eyes don't work that well, right? Anyway.
Yeah, have you got those checked lately?
No, I've been hearing Boba, and obviously with the Book of Boba Fett coming out, you know, in future, it makes sense. I mean, I think that would just be the way. Maul, Boba, I think those would be the next type of legends that we'll get. Ahsoka makes sense. They're releasing the show for that. I don't think, you know, we've got Commander Ahsoka Tano coming. Obviously, a requirement for a Galactic Legend down the track for a Galactic Ahsoka. That would make sense. That would sell. It's a character that everyone loves and adores. And I mean, we could have 15 Ahsokas in there and people would probably still get them. So
I would. Yeah. Okay. So here's the next part of the question, though. So let's put all of this aside and just talk about from a game balance perspective. Okay. Fast forward to 2 years from now, and at the pace they're going, by the time we get there, we could, in theory, have 12, 14 something Galactic Legends. Do you think that they're going to forever just try to balance every Galactic Legend with each other? Or do you think there's something beyond Galactic Legends? Or do you think that they'll maybe say, all right, from the next round of GLs, we'll stand above the existing GLs and stop trying to balance them all together? I think that's what I'm most interested in.
Yeah, I think they have to. I think what you'll find is they'll still have the same power, but I think that they will beat Galactic Legends better than the other ones, quicker and more efficiently. I think that's what we will find.
Then that's not the same power, though.
No, that's my point. I don't think the power or anything. I just think their abilities will be certainly more superior and easier to beat other Galactic Legends because, you know, what are we using them for? Either on defense or we have counters for them. But more often than not, people are using Galactic Legend against Galactic Legend. Not the same one in mirrors, but, you know, more often than not, we're using them against each other. So why wouldn't we have one that beats them easier?
Yeah. What do you think, Grid?
I would hope they maintain, because right now we're starting to get into this, like, Slicker and Ray came out, and obviously they just kind of, you butt heads. And then we got added in a second pair, and it turns into this sort of like cycle of Slicker can solo C, C can solo JML, JML can pretty much solo, or not solo, but can easily auto Slicker, and then Ray's kind of doing whatever Ray does over there. Like, they are kind of in this sort of cycle.
She's off in Idaho.
It's just potato farming over there. So yeah, she's just kind of over there doing her thing. I would be okay if they continued at least that kind of rock, paper, scissors sort of idea.
Yeah.
I would prefer that. I don't want somebody to come out and be like, oh, I'm the best Galactic Legend. I feel like that would just, I mean, we saw that happen with Sith Empire. We all hated it. It's just like, instead of going from a rock, paper, scissors meta to be able to kind of say like, okay, even though he has this person, I have this person. So then I have to think about, what if he puts this person on defense? I have to save this person for offense. I have to use this in arena, blah, blah, blah. Instead of just, I got this Galactic Legend, I win. I'd hate that. Yeah. That drove me nuts with Sith Empire. And so I hope it maintains kind of that sort of rock, paper, scissors balance.
Do you think it's possible to have, say, 20 Galactic Legends and have them all balance with each other?
I don't think I could do it. If I were in charge of it, I'd probably not be able to. I think it would be possible, but
because I love the idea of maybe this game eventually looks like you've got 10 OP characters. Pick one. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Doesn't matter. I just, from a game balance perspective, I'm not sure how realistic that is for CG to actually pull off. So far, they've done it with 4 GLs.
Yeah.
We'll see how they do with 5 and 6.
Yeah.
My mind is just like, how far does this go before they have to take it to the next level, or will they?
Yeah.
We have to admit as well, you got to admit, from a game balance point of view, especially the most recent ones, they have balanced that perfectly. I think they've got it right. They made adjustments to the first 2, SLKR and Raid. They had to make changes to SLKR specifically. We know that. But I think that we all agree that the most recent ones, they hit them right on their head. They fitted in seamlessly, and there haven't been really too many issues with them. So if they continue to do that, they can slot in really well. But I just can't see people going, you know what, there's another legend there. And unless it is a little bit more superior to the ones previous, why go for them when they're already halfway through farming the other ones they've got if they're going to be the same?
Well, and that's why you need to continue emphasizing game modes like Grand Arena, where you need to have more OP characters than just Arena. This game is moving away from Arena. And I think that's the appeal to multiple Galactic Legends is I don't want Rey right now, for example, for Squad Arena. But I would freaking love to have her for Grand Arena because she's the best defensive character in the game, in my opinion. And so, so it's just going to be interesting to see what they do. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. I think this is an interesting big picture discussion to have, and I'm really anxious to see what CG does as the GLs go on. I would hope that their goal is to continue balancing them. I just question if that is their goal or what that looks like down the line. So, all right, we're moving on here. New Conquest review. We got the new version of Conquest. It was completely updated, kind of. We got some new data discs. We're going to talk specifically about those data discs over on Heinz's channel in that video, and also some new bosses, and obviously new rewards as well with Commander Ahsoka Tano, who I refuse to call Cat. What are you guys' impressions on the new Conquest? Do you think that it was a vast improvement on the old version? How are you feeling about it? Grid, what do you think?
I haven't.
Okay, Heinz, what do you think? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, that's all I got. Yeah. I'm liking it so far. I'm really glad they switched up the boss, or the bosses. I'm glad that, it gives us a new mechanic to play with. This is like, this quasi sandbox mode. So it's interesting to practice against some of those teams. Those are some of the more common meta teams that we're going up against. So it's nice to be able to play against them. It's kind of fun being able to go against different team comps. You got different feats. You got different stuff that you're searching for. So I'm glad if they keep doing stuff like this to kind of change. They keep the general idea the same, but it allows you to have that breath of fresh air every once in a while fighting different teams. I like that.
Kind of like at the gym this morning, everyone got a breath of fresh air when I was going to the bathroom.
Yes. No.
Crap, I said that on a video.
Yeah, you did.
Really that fresh? Right.
Really that fresh? yeah, I'm liking it so far. I'm glad they're switching it up, and it's fun. We won't go into the day disc. We'll do that afterwards. So make sure to watch Heinz's video on that part. But I like it. I'm thoroughly enjoying Galactic Conquest so far. Way more than I thought I was going to.
Right on. Like it.
Yeah.
Heinz, what are your thoughts?
Same thing. So how long has it been out for? A few days? We've been
we've got just a couple days.
Okay, I'm in Sector 5 already.
for a lot of people, they're in Sector 5 or maybe done.
I'm in Sector 5.
I'm in Sector 5 too.
Yeah, we've been rolling it in pretty well. I've been enjoying it. I've gotten some pretty cool data discs actually. I had a fear early on that obviously when you lose the ones that we've been really accustomed to, like the deployable cooling systems and all those that we've had a lot of fun with, we were going to lose those and it was going to be a little bit more of a grind. I actually haven't found that myself, and I think that's been a good thing.
Yeah.
It's certainly been a little bit more fun with certainly some other data discs that we've gotten, and as you said, we'll chat about that in a minute. But the raid bosses are great. The feats are the same though for the same sectors. Some of them are a little bit not quite right. Let's be honest. I like that we're getting, of course, rewards for of course, meow meow. You know, not cat meow meow.
Wow.
And,
wow.
That's worse.
That's even worse, dude.
I did it because you hated it. Anyway, and
I hate that.
I'm glad we're still getting Razor Crest stuff along the way. I think that's really cool because, again, there's a lot. I think people would be really annoyed if they had to focus on one or the other. At least they're still working on both progressions, and I think that's really great. I think that was a good call. So overall, challenging, yes. Anything outrageous? Not really at this point. Again, I expect it to be a little bit more difficult, and I am enjoying it like I was last time for sure.
Cool. And can we just get a shout out for the fact that they adjusted the boss feats so they're not blurred out when you start? Every time they are fresh, it's clean. I don't have to go back in to find out what I've done. Just love it. But speaking of feats, I expected us to have different feats this time. I was a little bit surprised that they were all just the same feats that we've been doing. I call that a minor disappointment, though. That doesn't break the fun for me. It's just kind of more, I hope that they revisit that at some point, and I think they will, kind of like they did with the data discs. And I don't really miss deployable cooling systems. I know a lot of people do. I don't, personally. I like them changing that up, and I hope that they keep changing up the data discs so that every Conquest feels different.
I think we'd all agree here that if the biggest complaint is that, you know, the feats could be changed up or whatever else, I think we're in pretty good place, aren't we? That's the biggest issue we have.
They're doing good stuff with Conquest.
I mean, we don't say that too often about CG. You know, first shot.
Yeah, don't get cocky, CG. All right, don't get cocky.
Don't get cocky, kid. That, like, you know, first shot they just nailed it. You know, like, that doesn't happen too often. Normally, it always requires some type of rework, or we try something, we're like, wow, that sucks, or that is not fun. And yeah, they did this one pretty well. So if I agree, Heinz, if our biggest complaint is that we missed out on one data disc, I'm like, yeah, you guys are doing pretty well.
Yeah,
doing okay. Or that the feats are the same. I can live with that.
Not rocket science. It's not the end of the world. It just isn't. It could be a lot more glitchy. There could be more problems with it. You know, we had a cancelled Conquest previously. You know, it's, you know, I mean, it's certainly, they knew there were going to be bugs. They've been fixing things. They've been listening to us. I think that's the key, isn't it, guys? They've been listening to the changes that need to be made, and also the bugs that needed to be fixed. I think that's a great thing. So yeah, I certainly see a lot of people enjoying it. No one really complaining too much about it. Yeah. But there's always something, of course. But overall,
let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. How are you liking the new Conquest? And continue the discussion about GLs and the unfortunate meme of the week we had this week. We got to go check out Heinz's video. Link down below in the description. As always, this is a two-part show. Make sure you watch both videos. Grid, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, this was awesome. I love being here. This is fun hanging out with you guys.
All right. Love to see it. All right, guys. As always, my brothers. Wow. See, don't forget. I hate you.
Don't forget.
Why do I even bring you on? I don't know. I'm farting. It's weird.